This tutorial is for 3rd grade, Module 7, Lesson 20. In this lesson, we're going to use number patterns to find rectangulars of a specific perimeter. The first direction says to use square unit tiles to build as many rectangles as you can with a perimeter of 12 units. We're going to draw the rectangles and label the side lengths of each rectangle. A reminder that perimeter is the distance around a shape. So we need perimeters of 12 units. I'm going to start with the smallest width I can, a width of 1 unit. And I'm going to draw a rectangle that would have a perimeter of 12 units, knowing that the width is only 1. Well, if this side is 1 unit, then the opposite side also has to be 1 unit. So far, I've used 2 units total. That means that the length on top and the length on bottom have to add up to 10. That would give me a total perimeter of 12. And I also know that those two measurements have to be equal. So that means they must both be 5 units. 5 and 5 is 10, plus 2 more is 12. So there's an example of one rectangle that would have a perimeter of 12 units. Let's try another rectangle. This time, let's increase our width to 2. So if this is 2 units, then the opposite side would be 2 units as well. So far, I've used up 4 units. That means that the 2 lengths, when added together, need to equal 8 units, because 8 plus 4 would give me the 12 units that make up the perimeter. I know that the length must be 4 units then, because that gives me my 8. 2 and 2 is 4, 4 and 4 is 8, so 4 plus 8 is 12. Another pattern I see is if I look at my length plus my width, that equals 6. If I look at the first rectangle, my length plus my width also equaled 6, because that's half of the perimeter. So we can always look for that pattern as well. If I have a perimeter of 12, then my length and my width has to be a combination of two numbers that equal half the perimeter, or 6. Knowing that, I can come up with a third rectangle that would have a width of 3 units and a length of 3 units, because there's that combination of numbers that would give me half my perimeter. 3 and 3 is 6. That means the opposite side is 3 and the bottom is 3. 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 gives me 12 units for my perimeter. So there's a third rectangle I can make. And of course, since all 4 sides are the same, this rectangle is also a square, so it's a special type of rectangle. If I wanted to find the area of each of these rectangles, I would take my length times my width. So the area of the first rectangle would equal 5 times 1, which would be 5 square units, length times width. The area of my next rectangle would be 4 times 2. Length times width is 8, so that would be 8 square units. And in my last rectangle, the length times width would be 3 times 3, or 9 square units. And you can see the shorter and fatter that the rectangle gets, the larger the area is of the rectangle.